At 1:03 a.m., somewhere above the mountains of Iran, the war had already begun. No warning, no declaration, no sirens. Just a 30,000-pound steel spear falling from the stratosphere. And by the time Iranian radar operators realized something was wrong, their most secure nuclear facility was already buried under a mountain of fire and stone. High above the Persian Gulf, a B-21 Raider stealth bomber cruised silently at 55,000 feet, invisible, untouchable. Inside its weapons bay sat one of the most terrifying bunker busters ever built, the GBU-57 Massive Ordnance Penetrator. This wasn't a bomb designed to explode on impact. It was designed to drill through a mountain first. When the weapon released, gravity took over. The 30,000-pound penetrator accelerated toward the Earth at nearly 800 miles per hour. Seconds later, it struck the granite crust above Iran's underground enrichment complex. The steel casing punched through 200 feet of reinforced rock and concrete. Then, deep underground, the delayed fuse triggered. The explosion didn't just destroy the centrifuges, it collapsed the entire chamber, turning one of Iran's most secure nuclear sites into a sealed underground tomb. But the mission wasn't finished. In fact, the real operation had just begun. Instead of leaving the area, the B-21 stayed on station. Using its active electronically scanned radar, the stealth bomber began scanning hundreds of miles of Iranian airspace. Within 6 minutes, the aircraft had mapped every active IRGC surface-to-air missile battery in the region. Each location, each radar emission, each launcher position instantly transmitted through encrypted satellite links to 4 F-35C Lightning II fighters orbiting the Gulf. This wasn't just a strike, it was the digital dismantling of an entire air defense network. At 2:15 a.m., Iran responded, and their target wasn't the invisible bomber, it was the most visible symbol of American power in the region, the Gerald R. Ford. Iran's Revolutionary Guard launched Operation Great Prophet Fury. From hidden coastal tunnels near Bandar Abbas, 65 fast attack boats burst into the dark waters of the Persian Gulf, engines screaming, missile racks armed, moving in chaotic patterns designed to overwhelm targeting computers. At the same time, 40 Noor anti-ship cruise missiles erupted from launchers hidden in the mountains. The sea-skimming weapons raced across the Gulf at 650 miles per hour, flying just 15 feet above the waves. Their goal was simple. They didn't need to sink the carrier. They only needed one hit. One impact on the flight deck would create a global headline. Inside the Ford's Combat Information Center, the atmosphere turned electric. Radar screens flooded with red tracks. Multiple inbound missiles. Time to impact, 82 seconds. The carrier's evolved Sea Sparrow missiles launched in rapid succession. 4 interceptors every 2 seconds. Streaks of fire shot into the night sky. One after another, Iranian cruise missiles exploded in mid-air collisions, but the real threat was closing fast. The Iranian Wolfpack boats had reached the kill zone. As the Ford turned to bring its defensive guns to bear, a new warning erupted from sonar. Mine contact, multiple smart mines active. Iran had deployed Sadaf O2 acoustic mines directly into the carrier's projected path. They didn't need contact, they simply listened for the unique cavitation signature of the carrier's massive propellers. The Ford was trapped. Move forward, hit the mines. Stop, become an easy missile target. For a moment, it looked like the impossible had happened. Iran had checkmated a 100,000-ton supercarrier, but they forgot something. The B-21 Raider was still watching. From high above the battlefield, the stealth bomber detected the encrypted radio signals controlling the minefield, and in less than 15 milliseconds, the B-21's onboard cyber warfare system hacked the network, not to disable the mines, to reprogram them. Moments later, the mines detached from their anchors, turning toward the Iranian attack boats. The water erupted in massive underwater explosions. Shockwaves shattered fiberglass hulls. The Wolfpack wasn't attacking anymore. It was being hunted by its own weapons. With the trap destroyed, the carrier strike group unleashed its full
Initial response: SM-6 interceptors screamed across the sky at 2,600 miles per hour. FA-18 Super Hornets released LRASM stealth missiles, and Tomahawk cruise missiles raced toward Iranian coastal bunkers. Within minutes, launch sites vanished in fireballs. Command boats disappeared beneath the waves, and the battlefield fell silent. By 4:30 a.m., the Persian Gulf was calm again. The mines were gone. The wolf pack destroyed. Iran's underground facility reduced to rubble. The battle wasn't won by the biggest bomb or the biggest ship. It was won by something far more powerful: information speed. Because in modern warfare, the side that controls the network controls the war. And that night, the network belonged to the United States.